Finding Freedom, my 7-week spiritual boot camp class. Let me tell you a little bit more about it so that you can figure out if it's right for you at this point in your life. 7-week spiritual boot camp class. You get the audio, you get the downloads of the audio. I'm live streaming now. Woohoo for the live stream! And so you'll get the videos as well. You get the transcripts. We really take our time with the transcript, beautiful transcript. Can download it and print it out. And the workbook. I've created a workbook for you. And people who are using the workbook love it. They love it. It is really, it's beautiful. There's room for you to journal, and there's exercises for you to do, and things for you to fill out, daily practices. And that's what Finding Freedom is all about. It's really about you doing these practices, because that's the one thing that people delay doing. They study, they take classes, they go to lectures, they listen to CDs, but do they do the work? Not so much. And this is the thing that I've seen over and over and over again. I remember every now and then I would go to a seminar or a class or something like that, and I would meet somebody and really connect to them in the class or the workshop. Have you ever done that? And then you see them 6 months later or a year later, and you both talk about, did you do anything with what you learned in that class? So maybe you spent hundreds or thousands of dollars taking that workshop, going on that retreat, doing that thing, but did any of it really stick to you? Or did you just have a great time and you felt better for a while, but you never really applied anything you learned? You'll notice that the rock stars in the spiritual awakening are the ones who apply it and do the work. There's just no way around that. And it took me so long to figure out that I was just up in my head with an intellectual approach to my spirituality. I was not really living it in my heart, living it day to day. And so I felt this continual ebb and flow of a sadness, an ebb and flow of a sense of unworthiness, and an ebb and flow of a sense of despair and confusion and distress. Somewhere way back in my awareness, I knew that I wasn't really applying the principles. I wasn't really living it moment by moment. I was resisting that. But I thought I knew it. I thought I understood it, so I thought I was doing everything I needed to do. But in my heart, I knew I wasn't really doing it. And so there was this split in my mind. And I was absolutely feeling lost and confused. And I was hiding it because that's not very spiritual. What? Jennifer's taking all these classes and she's spending all this money in spiritual pursuit. She's reading all these books and listening to all these CDs and even teaching it. And she's still inwardly confused and not happy and self-medicating and self-sabotaging and playing small and not able to really manifest the life she deeply desires. I got tired of that. And the one thing I did that shifted everything was, I said, I am 100% willing. I am all in for God. I'm going to stop pretending that I'm all in, and I'm actually going to get all in. So I cleared the decks, and I focused on that. And I started to actually do the work. I started to do everything I learned. I started to pray all the time. I started to meditate, not trying to escape, but trying to become more and more really truly present and receive insight and intuition, not push it away, but starting to write it down and follow it, not just making a log of it, but actually employ it and embody it. And what began to happen for me was I began to receive intuitively tools, clear tools and steps, processes for me to do, and I did them. And so what happened in the outer experience of my life was things were falling apart. But what was happening really on the inner part of my life was that which is no longer valuable fell away. It fell away. And through it all, it felt at times very difficult and very challenging because I didn't really understand what was going on. And then finally, I really connected to a spiritual teacher who could help me. And I connected to her just at the time that the dust was settling, the clouds were peeling back, the sun was shining in my heart and mind, and I was beginning to have real clarity, real peace of mind, lasting peace of mind. I refer to it now as the tipping point in my life. So I went from really being in confusion and distress to that tipping point. And my teacher said to me, you have discovered a roadmap of how to get from the confused, dark, distressed space to the place of peace and really opening your heart and mind to the spiritual truth that sets you free. People don't have that, Jennifer. You can go out and share that and bring great benefit to people. Now, initially I was resistant and reluctant, but I kept clarifying and purifying my mind until I was absolutely ready and willing and on fire about sharing the tools, the techniques that I have learned along the way, which is why I can now give you a workbook, give you clear tools and techniques. Finding Freedom, 7 weeks of class. I give you homework assignments that you can do every day at your own pace. Some people take 6 months to do the class. Some people do it in 7 weeks. Some people repeat it 2, 3, 4 times until they feel like they have really gotten it, which is why I give you a repeat price that is a big discount. And so you can do this work. You can do it. Whether you just started learning about spirituality or you've been studying it for 20 years. I have been studying it for at least 20 years when I discovered the things that I share with you in this class. What I know is that over the many years that I've been offering this class now, if you do the work, you will have miraculous healing. It's time for you to do the work. You will know if this is true for you. You will know if you're ready. You will know if you're willing. If you are, I am here for you. I love running this class. It is beautiful because so many people blow out the jams in their own mind. They let the obstacles fall away. They transform their relationships. They transform their work experience. They transform the healing in their body. All kinds of emotional, mental, and physical healing take place. It seems incredible, but the truth of the matter is the one key that people have been missing that they resist doing is actually doing the work. Studying, reading about the work, listening to other people talk about the work is not doing the work. There's no substitute for doing the work. Truly, all healing is at the level of the mind. How do you change your mind? It's 99% practice and only 1% study. So I'm giving you the practices in the workbook, in the class. You get all these videos plus the live stream and the transcripts. You can go over it in detail at your own pace. Plus, we have a support group for you with people who have done it 2 and 3 and 4 times to support you and cheerlead you all the way to your freedom. Finding Freedom. We're starting soon. Come join us. You'll know if it's right for you, and if it is, if you need a payment plan beyond the one that I offer, I will set up anything that works for you. As long as we can figure it out, I am there for you. This class works when you work it. I love you. Join us in Finding Freedom.